Hello everyone, and welcome to the Narcissistic Abuse and Recovery Care Network. My name is Dean, and I'm your host on this journey through narcissism and understanding the narcissist. Right now I'm going to present to you episode 18, and the title of episode 18 is Why the Narcissist Goes AWOL. And in this episode we're going to be talking about just why the narcissist disappears when you're dealing with them, and there's many different reasons why they do this. So we're just going to be discussing a couple of these in this episode. So predominantly, one of the main reasons the narcissist will go and disappear on you is for the sake of punishment. They do it sometimes when they're pissed off at you and because you're not doing something that they want you to do, and they just take off on you. They don't answer you. You can send them messages, you can call them, whatever's going on with them. They don't return your text messages, they don't return your phone calls, they don't return your messages on social media. They're doing it simply to punish you because they're putting you in a devaluation phase. And this can happen for many different reasons. It can also happen simply because a narcissist has just decided to put you into one of those phases. This is what they do. And sometimes this can come out of absolutely nowhere. It doesn't have to be fueled by anything necessarily that you do. One of the other reasons that they do this is simply because they're paying attention to somebody else at the moment. They're grooming new fuel, they're grooming a new supply, they're trying to get a new appliance into their fuel matrix, and at the moment that is taking all of their attention. So they're, just temporarily ghosting you in order to give attention to that new supply. Another reason they may do this is because you're just, again, in that devaluation period after a love bombing period where they're putting you through a period of, you've had your little golden period with them, and they're putting you through a devaluation period where they're just not paying attention to you, and they could be even taking you and putting you on the shelf temporarily because they're either, again, paying attention to another fuel source that they have, or another appliance, and this is just what they're doing at this particular time. It's very hard to understand at times why narcissists will do these particular things, why they go AWOL with you all of a sudden, because every narcissist is different, but they are all very commonly saccadic in the same way. This is part of their nature, and by saccadic I mean that there is a functional rhythm to the way that they conduct themselves with you. You may notice, if you are dealing with a particular narcissist in your life, that they have a particular rhythm that they follow with you, where things are very good for a little while, and then things are not so good for a little while, and they go up and down in phases. My own recent narcissist was like this. Her saccadic rhythm seemed to be on the approximately the every 4-month up and down phase. If you look from the time that I became intimately involved with her in 2017, right up to the last time she was love bombing me in July of 2020, there is definitely a rhythm associated there. And of course the rhythm can be for many different reasons. If you're not actually in a relationship with the narcissist and there are other people coming and going out of your life, perhaps other intimate interests coming and going out of your life, they will also be up and down with their appearance and disappearance with them when they go AWOL, based on what's going on with you. Because of course if anybody else comes into your life that is interested in you in some romantic way, they will immediately try to get into the middle of that and prevent any of that from going any further, because they do not want to lose you as a fuel source. This is just the way that they are. So in this way, like I said, they're very saccadic, and you can follow a rhythm to them. To most narcissists have a rhythm of this nature where you can actually gauge something and follow it. If you pay attention very closely to it, you'll see that there is a rhythm with them when they do things of this nature. Now, one of the other reasons that a narcissist will actually go AWOL on you is if you're starting to make it too difficult for them to deal with you. If you are starting to become wise that you may be dealing with a narcissist, you may catch them start to back away from you at that particular time, because you are becoming perhaps too difficult for them to handle at that time. And when you are becoming too difficult, they are just going to go on to the next fuel source that becomes the easiest to deal with, and that they can actually keep around with the most minimal amount of effort that they can put into it. Narcissists, by their nature, are kind of strange, because very often narcissists are quite prolific people as far as the factor that they get things done. They do get things done in their lives, and that they are out there trying to achieve some things. Of course, they're trying to achieve things because they have to get a lot of fuel into their fuel matrix in order to keep them happy, and in order for them not to go into like a fuel shortage phase when they're dealing with you. But for the most part, they are also very lazy people when it comes to certain things. They do not finish things that they start doing. They do not finish relationships with people, because that is their nature as a narcissist. Their goal is to get you in, get the fuel off of you, and then put you into a devaluation phase before you can actually gain too much control over them, or before you can emotionally harm them in some way, due to the factor that their brains have been turned into narcissists at a younger age through usually some type of abuse of either an emotional nature or sexual nature, any of things of this nature. Their brains are always in a self-protection mode, and because of this, they will usually not let people in too deeply with them, or they will appear to let you into a certain phase with them, but that is all a facade with them like this. They're just letting you see and hear what you want to hear from them in order to keep you within their fuel matrix and to keep you as a fuel supply. So, like I was just saying, if you are in a phase with a narcissist here where perhaps you are in a phase with them where you started to recognize that they may be a narcissist, they will sometimes bail with you on that particular point. Or, of course, in the instance where you have actually caught them as being a narcissist and you have some proof, in this instance they will literally go AWOL on you, especially if you call them out, like what I did with my narcissist in 2020. Like this, I called her out on Christmas Day of 2020. And she immediately went into like full-blown hiding mode. She deleted her social media pages, changed things up, got rid of things, changed her name on her social media account, started hiding everything, and she went running literally like a coward. Because this is what they do. They will avoid confrontation with you at any cost, especially if it endangers them in any way or endangers their value, or the value of their status as far as their safety with you, or their safety as a narcissist, in keeping all of that knowledge about them being a narcissist or narcissistic completely anonymous. So they will completely bail on you in that instance, and they will disappear off of social media. But as we know, they will usually take some time out, and they will start to appear again, and you'll start to catch them posting things on social media, and you'll start to see them popping back up. Or they may actually just show back up and hoover you out of nowhere, like all of a sudden, because they've deemed that there's enough time that's gone by that it is now safe. It is now safe to contact you or to deal with you. This is what goes on in their brains. They have a phase they go through where they can't deal with you because they don't feel safe, like this, and then that passes because their memories, the way their memories work in their brain is they don't remember stuff really long term, and then they get through that phase and they go into a phase where it's now safe again to contact you or to deal with you, and that's when you may get a hoover off them like this. But for the most part, there are many reasons why narcissists go AWOL. There are many reasons or many conditions under which they may do this. And though most narcissists behave predominantly the same way simply because their brains become programmed the same way through their abuse, they do behave somewhat differently from narcissist to narcissist, and you have to watch out for these behaviors with them because they are somewhat different. But these are the basic reasons why narcissists do go AWOL and why they get away from you or why they put you in devaluation periods. It is just due to whatever phase they may be going through at that particular time, or something that you have done to them in this way, and this is why these things happen. So I'm going to let you guys go. This has been episode 18. I'm going to say stay tuned for some new episodes that are coming up, including the episode on dissociative identity disorder, which I'll be presenting to you guys very shortly here. So I hope you guys all have a good day, and I'll catch you soon.